Hello and welcome to All Elite Morro plays Total Extreme Wrestling, where All Elite Morro will book WCW in 1992. This is the first episode of a multi-episodic series, where I'm going to play this video game. It's like Football Manager, except wrestling. So yeah, it's going to be very chilled, laid back. It's just going to be me booking WCW 1992 every show they have. So this is like the first episode, but actually I'm considering calling it episode 0, All Elite Morrow. The Booker Man. I'm getting the pen here and I'm going to run wild. Oh, see, I'll call it on the screen. I'm going to run wild on the WCW 1992 roster. Uh, I love this game. It's fantastic. It's just very laid back. You kind of tip away at your own pace. Uh, like now, I'm going to drink some water, which is a terrible idea 40 seconds into a video. I'll check the metrics to see how many people shut off the video when I drank some water. So I'm actually playing as Bill Watts. You can see here on the home screen the news. Bill Watts takes over WCW, which is kind of partially realistic. And we're not going to be very realistic with the booking of this. But I think probably the best thing we can do straight away is jump into the roster. We have quite a big roster, as you can see. I'm scrolling down for ages there. Some really interesting names. We've got Abdullah. He works for two companies, All Japan and myself. Let's have a look at his contract. He's on a handshake deal, so we pay him $600 every time we use him. Unfortunately, he has the scumbag personality. Worker is a total scumbag whose behaviour is often awful. Um, so if I click on skills here, I'd see what kind of condition he's in. He's not in great condition. But he's decent brawling, very good hardcore, decent psychology, real good charisma and star quality. But yeah, I actually didn't realize I've done a bit of background work here getting this set up. Uh, right here we have Big Van Vader, great condition. His body's all green. Look at his stats here: insane, brawling 86, pure Riso, that's Japanese style 82. Hardcore's only 58, experience 72. What's his psychology? Where's psychology? 67 is kind of low actually. It's kind of low. Charisma's a bit low for my liking, but that's made up for by star quality there, I suppose. Basics are quite low as well. Let's see his popularity. He's very popular in Japan, not as popular in the US. So we're going to have to build him up his popularity a bit. Let's have a look at his contract. So we have him on a handshake per show deal until December 94. And it doesn't. Oh, so he's working. His main priority is with New Japan, and then we are second. So any nights he's booked for New Japan, we can't use him, which can be a real pain in the arse because you don't know if he's going to be booked on certain nights or not. Cactus Jack, Brian Pillman. I had a look at Cactus Jack. His stats are really good. So we're going to have a lot of fun with Cactus Jack, and he's young enough here. He's still in good condition. People, person, personality, good personality to have. We got Dustin and Dusty. If we look at Dusty, though, he's not an active in-ring wrestler. That's grayed out. So we get to use him as a road agent, color commentary, play-by-play. Let's have a look at stats. Play-by-play is only 32. That's not good. Color's only 51. That is not good either. I don't have much use for good old Dusty, I don't think. Does he have a booking skill? Yeah. So if we put him on our booking committee, we'll get a lot of points for this. His booking skill here at the bottom, you can see, is 80. Bischoff is there. He's kind of signed as a manager, commentator. Um, decent stats there in commentary. Decent booking skill as well. He'd be another good guy to add to our inner circle, which I will go through all this. So, like I said, this first episode is going to be very much just like a how does this game work? Let's take stock of the roster. Let's book our first couple of TV shows and get familiar with the roster and the screens. There is one of the issues with the game is it's quite clunky. However, once you play it enough, you get used to the various screens. Going down the roster here again, any other interesting names jump out? We have Liger, but I believe he's on loan. Okay, we have until December of this year. That's not too bad. It's per show handshake till December. Again, priorities here might be an issue. If he's booked with New Japan, he won't be with us on the same night, and they have quite a heavy schedule. We keep going down. We got Lex, the Lex Express. As you can see here, he's our world heavyweight champion. He's got red hot momentum. That will give him a boost in matches. When I started the game, see his morale here. He was very angry, so I gave him two $100,000 bonuses, and that brought his morale back to normal. Managed by Harley Race as well. He's a heel, considered a star by fans. Let's have a look at his popularity. Okay, 70s across the board in the US, which is kind of pretty standard for a star. Keep going down. Anyone else here? You can see a few referees and there are a few managers. Is that a young Buff Bagwell? Holy shit. We got Paul E. and his Dangerous Alliance. He's a member of the Dangerous Alliance. So if we look at this is contract, pretty good contract there, Paul. Pretty good contract. I'm not negotiating with you. You're an exclusive written. So if we look at his contract, it's a different contract type. We've seen a few handshakes. Let's now have a look at the exclusive. So we're paying him monthly, 30,000 a month, quite a lot. Exclusive written means he's locked in to us, and it's until December 1993. So we have basically 2 years with him before we have to renegotiate. Now, this where for me the roster gets very exciting. Look, he's called momentum. It's Richard Martin, Ricky. Let's hope his skills are holding up. Yeah, pretty good skills. He's got psychology is massive. He's going to get huge bonuses for that. Basics, selling, consistency. He's going to get bonuses for that. Specialist skills aren't that to write home about. His flashiness should probably be a little bit more, but he's going to tell great stories in the ring. Rick Rude, current United States heavyweight champion, again another guy with red hot momentum, another member of the Dangerous Alliance, and another guy who's a star. So we should probably check his popularity. 71s. He was actually higher than Lex, and Lex is our world champion. That's a strange one. Fantastic stats. Look at these charisma stats. Sex appeal 100. Good man, Rick. Basics and all, fantastic. Yeah, he's going to have banger matches for his technical 70. That's always a great stat to have. Even the brawling is really good. If you have any mix of brawling and technical, so like brawling and puro skills are kind of in one area, and then these hardcore technical aerial and flashiness generally tend to go together. We got Rick Steiner, which means we also got Scotty Steiner. We got Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. He's at one half for tag team champions. His skills are insane. Basics 100, selling 100, stamina 100, technical 93. Look, psychology 94. This is a god. Like he is going to have bangers. Let's see his popularity. Okay, 71. He'll have bangers because the popularity will also feed into how good the matches and storylines he's in get over. Yeah, he's the type of guy because he's still in great physical condition. He's all green. He's 38. Generally, when they get to 40 in this game, they start to go into a physical decline anyway. But we have a couple of years of him having bangers. What kind of contracts on? Can he get poached? Exclusive handshake, he can't get poached. Exclusive. Scotty Steiner, 29 years of age. Some really good skills. Not amazing, but good skills. Not super popular yet. We'll work on that. We'll get into this attribute screen soon. I have a wrestler picked out for us to do that. Here's the pick of the bunch. Young Steve Austin, long before his Stone Cold days. He's WCW World Television Champion. We can see here in his bio, he was voted Male Young Wrestler of the Year in 1990. Another member of the Dangerous Alliance. That is a stacked faction. He has red hot momentum. His gimmick is great. He's considered recognizable by the fans. We'll get into what that means in a minute too. So let's look at his popularity. So his popularity again, mid-40s. That'll need work if we want to get the best out of him. We have him on an exclusive written contract till August. Obviously, when August comes, he's a guy. Look at these stats. Okay, so yeah, wow. And we see here his experience is at 32. This is actually a really important stat, right? Every few matches you have, your experience will go up. Sometimes 3 matches, sometimes 4 matches. It seems to be quite different until you get up to about experience. And I haven't quite figured this out yet. Somewhere around between 40 and 50, your stats keep improving with having more matches. Star quality 90, top class. So he will, Stone Cold, even though he has great stats here now, he will keep improving until that experience one gets up to about somewhere in the 40s. If when a wrestler's actual experience is lower than 20, they go through rapid development. Um, so if you get wrestlers whose experience is under 20 and you use them a lot with experienced guys, their stats just shoot right up through the roof. But he's still in a period of development. So even though his stats are awesome, he will keep improving. If we go to the attributes screen here, you will see that Stone Cold has this list of attributes, right? And a really important one there is a marketing dream. That means he can be put basically as a top guy on your roster. He'll make you more money from merch. Ahead of their time means they're unaffected by leaving the relevancy phase of their career. So that means as he gets older, his decline will be a lot slower. He'll be able to maintain his stats for much longer. Amazing babyface. So that means if he's working babyface, he gets boosted in matches. But he's one of the rare wrestlers who have both of these stats or both of these attributes. So he'll get a boost no, in every match, in every segment. He gets a boost because he's going to be a healer or babyface. So he gets a boost no matter which side of the line he's on. He's a big match specialist, so he gets. These are things that are rarely used, but we'll see this when we're booking. These don't matter. Driven performer means yeah, he's very reliable. Giving performer means he helps people in matches, so his overall match stats will get a better score. Mr. Finale, so that means in when we're doing Starcade, which I believe is our season finale, uh, he'll put in even more effort. And here is a very important one: shoots from the lip. So you put him in promo segments, he gets bonuses. So he's going to get like bonuses in matches and segments for his ability to play a babyface or heel. He's going to get bonus in segments for shooting from the lip. Like this is top guy type material here. Click on Sting. Look, we see Sting here is 100% babyface. So if I use Sting as a heel, I'm going to get what's the opposite of a bonus? I get points taken away. Again, another few good ones there. Edge just a number, doesn't really decline. Giving performer, he helps people out like Stone Cold. Want to do comedy matches. He'd do crazy stunts though. He's very creative, so he'll come up with new gimmick ideas and new spots. The new spots one there is excellent. That'll also give him bonuses in matches. Um, Professional, so if he goes into bad morale, it doesn't affect his performance. So that's good. Who else do we have? So we have the Great Muta. Now, I think this is on a loan. Let's look at his contract. He's here on loan. We only have him till the end of the month. Okay. So what we want before the end of the month is him to put over somebody whose stats are near him, but not too low that he'll get pissed off. So if is he a face or a heel? He's working a face. We could have him put over Stone Cold at our pay-per-view, because Stone Cold, I believe, is pretty close to that. Steve Austin. I'm going to find it real hard not to call him Stone Cold. Yeah, so we could have Muta put over Stone Cold at our next pay-per-view, thus boosting Steve Austin's popularity. So that's something to bear in mind. We also got another interesting one all the way down here. Vinny Vegas might look familiar. This is Kevin Nash before he went to WWE as Diesel. I see his skills. Not great. Yeah, gonna struggle to do a whole lot with him. Really. Yeah, that's bad actually. That is pretty bad. What's the psychology? It's low. Decent popularity though. I just don't know what to do with him. I don't know what to do with him. We have him for over a year. We'll try and do something with him. Maybe a tag. Actually, a tag might be a good idea for him. He's already in. He is. Oh yeah, look, they have the later pictures loaded as well. He's in a faction with Diamond Dallas Page. Let's have a look. Tracy Smothers in here as well. He's the one half the tag team champions with, I think it was Steamboat, was it? Let's have a look at our champions. So this is the main home screen. But that's not really an important screen, actually. The most important screen on this game is this one. This is your office. This is where you get all your information. You see over here, you have loads of different tabs. So if we start with creative, you can click our booking team. So our booking team is currently me, Bill Watts. You can see the resemblance. Bischoff, Harley Race. Who's that again? Jody Hamilton. I checked out this guy. He actually has insane stats. His booking skill is low. He needs to get off this team. But he'd be a really good road agent. We have psychology, experience, respect, and reputation are all high. He'd be a really good road agent, terrible booker. And Ole Anderson. Let's check his stats. Booking skill 71. Yeah, he'll also be a great road agent. Is he a road agent? We see it down here. He is. Okay. Right, so I need to alter this booking team. Jody Hamilton needs to be removed from the team. I don't care, Nick. I'm going to add Dusty Rhodes. You can see here his booking skill is 80. So add him to the team. Are people happy with this? Page. Devani. Z-Man is angry. Who the fuck is Z-Man? Dustin Rhodes is obviously happy his father's going to be on the booking team. Yeah, most people are happy. Is the Diamond Stud who I think the Diamond Stud is? So yeah, we've Ole Anderson has a strong dislike of Dusty Rhodes. Yeah, we knew that. Let's see. Let's book some shows and see if that's actually affecting our booking. The dislike between them. But anyway, Dusty's on a probationary period until March, so if we need to remove him, we can. But yeah, you want high numbers in here because you get points for this that you can come up with creative finishes, you can come up with gimmick ideas. So here, I'm Bill Watts, current owner of WCW. We're medium in size. We're ranked second in the world. We have 16 million in the bank. We're very prestigious and have a lot of momentum. Our next scheduled event, so events are pay-per-views, that's Clash of Champions in 17 days. And our next TV show is scheduled to be WCW Power Hour tonight. We got a couple of guys coming up out of contract, Bill Casimir and Sonny Trout. We have a load of managers here without clients, so we might build some stables or whatever for them. We require 3 storylines rated hot or above. We're currently failing to achieve this. We have 1. We'll get into that. So yeah, Starrcade in December is our season finale. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Now I can give these guys a Z-Man. Tom Zenk. Hilarious. What are skills like? Not bad. Not great, but not bad. What's popularity? Okay. Okay. We can use him to put a few people over, but we don't want him underperforming because he's a knight. So what we'll do is if we click on give bonus or time off, we give him a 10. We have 16 million in the bank. We're going to give him 10,000 bonus. See, yeah, he's happy. Of course you're happy. You just got fucking 10k off me. The Diamond Stud is this. It's Scott Hall. We've got Scott Hall as the Diamond Stud. Pretty good stats. Really good. Star quality is higher than Stone Cold's. Steve Austin's. Yeah. Okay, we can do a lot with this guy. Where are we looking popularity with him? Not too bad. Contract wise, exclusive written until June. Okay, we can do something here. We could do something. Yeah, let's see. What if we could check down through here? His alter egos tab. Yeah, he has Res Ramon preloaded, Diamond Stud, Big Scott Hall, and Scott Hall NWO. Yeah, so we might develop him into one of those characters in the long run. If we click his personal details. So yeah, it's preloaded. That the Outsiders tag team with Kevin Nash. It's inactive though. And he has one with Kurt Hennig, who's in WWE, who I really want to get into the company. He has a deep friendship with Paige, Dan Spivey. They were a tag team together. Sid, Larry Zbyszko, Nash, Dusty Rhodes, Kurt Hennig, Shawn Michaels. Okay, So yeah, that's realistic. Awesome. Awesome. We have a pretty good roster here now. So yeah, that's the home screen there. Nothing else jumps out as being super important as of yet. A good screen actually is here at the top right. You can see it there, creative. So that tells our we only have one franchise player. Ideally, we want to build 5 guys onto the screen. Next big things then, they're telling us Liger, Austin, Cactus Jack, Jumping Joey Mags. I don't know who this guy is. Jumping Joey Mags. I bet you John Martin had known. Nate, the skills like not great. Good basics, not popular. Not many big attributes. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the screen is wrong on next big things there. Hot prospects, then Liger, Pillman, Austin, Dustin Rhodes, Cactus Jack. Yes, baby. Look at that lineup of the top talker guys who are great on the mic currently. So Dusty, Rick Rude, Sting, Paul E, and Aaron. Showstoppers are guys who are able to pull out huge matches. Sting, Liger, Steamboat, Pillman, Rick Rude. Okay, so Pillman's stats are really good. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they are. They're really good. Basics 92. Yeah, baby. Ring generals, these guys are guys who you can trust to have really good matches on like regularly on TV. Aaron Anderson, Sting, Steamboat, beautiful Bobby Eaton, didn't even realize he's here, brilliant, and Rick Rude again, who's hot. So these are the guys with great momentum. You get a boost for momentum in your matches and segments. Luger, Rude, Steamboat, Liger, and Austin. Anyone cold? No, nobody's super cold. And Hidden Gems. Hidden Gems is a weird screen. It kind of just trawls free agency and lets you know who's out there. Raven's out there. Interesting. Okay. Right, so then kind of important screens is if you're setting up a game, first thing you want to do is check commentary. Do you have commentators? Um, number one, do you have any employed? Number two, do you have them actually slotted into the commentary parts? Because if you start the show with no commentators, it's a fucking nightmare. So for our events, we have Jim Ross, Dusty Rhodes, and Tony Aschiavone. We might need to do something about Dusty Rhodes because color there, he's our only color commentator, and it's 51. Ain't good enough. For our TV show World Championship Wrestling, okay, we need to fill this out. So we click this, so we only see people who have contracts to do this work. Um, did we say Bischoff had good color? Sorry, no, he's better. Blah, blah, blah. Lance Russell, no. Okay, still a wrestler. I don't like using wrestlers. Oh, Jesus, Rick Rogers out there. No. What do you see there? I know what Tony's is. Oh, we're going to be in trouble for a color commentator. I'm going to have to look for a color commentator. See, he's. Oh, Jesus, Bischoff is the best non-wrestler color commentator we have. Or stick. Is there anyone we want to develop on this? Stick Gordon Soley in there, the old guy. He was a bit of a legend. See, now we're going to get penalised for the first few shows with this team together. So that's for our TV. No, we want Tony for our main TV. We definitely want Tony for our main TV. And then for Power Hour, this is our B show. So we'll put Gordon Soley in for the B show. We might give Jim Ross a night off on the B show. He's kind of doing everything at the moment. Plus, Dave Crock's like not great. Them in. Lance, you can go in for their B shot. This has no experience together, so we are going to get negative ratings for that, but they'll get experience. And in the meantime, I need to find a color commentator. So we save that, it doesn't go away, just save that, make sure you have all that lined up. Save that, did I know? Who do we have? Eric. Tony. Save that. So now check that we have it for everyone. Yeah. Right, that's that sorted. Second thing you want to do really is check your product type. So this kind of tells you here, I know this is small and annoying, it's really annoying. Tells you like so on our TV shows, fans would expect 65% matches and 35% angles. That's something You can see here at the bottom that I've already changed that, but it's going to take 90 days to complete the change. Current product is on trend in Mexico, and we'll gain bonuses from shows around the area. We won't be running Mexico. Matches will need to be at least 50 minutes to achieve world-class scores. That I believe is over 90, a score of over 90. We can't do dangerous, controversial, or bloody match types with this current product, but I'm moving us towards a product that we can. So our current product is called NWA Evolution. I think to make this game enjoyable, you need to find a product that suits you. Yeah, so this doesn't like I'm not a huge fan of this because I'm gonna want to do blood and I can't do it on this. Also, I like this balance to be 75-25 rather than 65-35. I'm going to want to book a wrestling company the way I want to watch a wrestling company, and that would generally be about 71 3/4 matches, one quarter, um, 1/4 angles. Okay, so then we click in because currently we need to have storylines active. Now I find storylines are really annoying in this game because like look at this one. This one is extremely hot, right? I've had ones before that are extremely hot where I've booked the match and the match has gotten over, but it's gotten uh, negative ratings for the storyline not being hot enough, even though extremely hot is the hottest the storyline can be. So that's really annoying. So I'm going to need to set up 2 more storylines to meet our current product. So what I'm going to do, right? So obviously we need a world title storyline, right? So if we click here, and I've already know in my mind who I want in this. So we're going to have Lex. Obviously he's the world champion. I'm going to call this world title. I'm going to put 4 people in it, even though they're not all going to be in a match together. Big Van Vader is going to be in there. I have a couple of more in. Oh, I can't do that. Yeah. Who were the other ones I had in mind? I know who I'm going to. I know what I'm doing with the title for the next few months anyway. I know my kind of first few title matches. So I want to line them up. I want all those guys in the same. Are they already in this? Is that the problem? Sting is in there. Shit. I don't have to click into this storyline. I have to remove Sting. Yep. So let's add storyline. So I want Sting not in the Enter the Lions storyline. I want Sting in the world title storyline. So we're going Sting, my top face, Lex Luger, my top heel, Big Van Vader. Put 3 of them in there for a moment, and then we click start storyline. That will get that in there. Okay, and then if we look at our titles, right? Tag team. So at the moment we have Ricky Steamboat and Dustin Rhodes. That's our WCW World Tag Team titles. Oh, there's United States Tag Team titles as well. That's Steve Armstrong and Tracy Smothers. Our light heavyweight champion is Liger. US title Rude. United States Tag Team Armstrong and Smothers. Heavyweight titles Luger. Steamboat and Dustin Rhodes Tag Team Champions, and television title is on it. Stone Cold Steve Austin, who interestingly, he's held this title for 6 months and he's had 10 defenses. Rick Rude is a guy I want to look at moving up from this division up to the World Heavyweight one, and I want in the next few months to move Austin from the TV up to the US. They're kind of 2 internal goals I've set for myself. Okay, so we need to get check out our tag team. So who do we have? We have the Steiners. They're obviously guys I want in. They're already two-time tag champions. We got Steamboat and Rhodes holding the title. So who do we want them to feud with initially? Freebirds, maybe. They're heels. And we could do maybe. Do we have a face tag team to go against the Steiners? Because I don't want to do the Steiner ones straight away. They're not big enough to take on the Steiners. I don't have a face tag team right now to take on the Steiners. Have I looked at signing any? Right, who do we want? We're going to go Steamboat and Rhodes in our first one against Jimmy Garvin and Michael Hayes. So go to the storyline screen, add storyline, tag. Dustin Rhodes and Ricky Steamboat. Again, Steamboat's a guy I want Dustin Rhodes in the US title division kind of, and I want Steamboat in the world title division. So I do want to take titles off them, just not yet, because I need to clear up, I need to get the divisions kind of set up the way I want. So it'd be good to have the tag titles on them until I kind of get my different divisions in the right places. So I, I'll probably have Dustin and Steamboat beat the Freebirds in the January pay-per-view and maybe lose it to the Steiners in the February one and then have them go singles. So we'll start that storyline. He's already playing a major role. What's the other storyline he's in? Is he in this one as well? Of course he is. What's he doing in that? Well, Steamboat's in it as well. Right. I need to think of another storyline. Okay. What we'll do now is we'll stick in juniors. So we look at the titles again, check the junior. We want to check what the weight limit is. So 225 pounds. So we can go to our roster. We can search. We can put in weight range. So 225 as the upper limit. What we want to really do is just have the wrestlers. And Liger's face, we're going to want to heal for him to go against. Oh, no. Search. There's really nobody. Okay, Terrence Taylor is considered recognizable. That's big enough to go for that title. It's going to be hard to get that hot. It's going to be real hard to get that hot. But we'll stick it in because we currently need 3 storylines. Need to dip into free agency to get this roster in a healthy spot. God, yeah, Terrence Taylor just isn't the guy I wanted to have feuding with Jushin Thunder Liger on my first pay-per-view. Ryan Pillman as a heel would be a great guy to go for that title. But anyway, we'll start that. So we have 3 storylines. We need to find a way of getting these storylines hot. So yeah, Steamboat and Rhodes are going to be in. We might have to do Steamboat and Rhodes versus a tag team. Anderson and Wyndham, maybe. No, Wyndham's a face. Anderson and Eaton. They can challenge for the tag titles on the first pay-per-view. Okay, so yeah, in the storylines is actually not a good feature. More important screens here then is size of the company. As you can see here, it tells us our size in each of the territories. Mid-Atlantic, Southeast, these were kind of main centers of where you'd see WCW. Midwest, not bad. Mid-South, very good. So we kind of need to build this across the board. If we want to reach the next size, we need to achieve 77 in at least 5 mainland regions. So we've got that in 2. We nearly have it in 3. So what we probably want to be doing is looking at building the Midwest. Yeah, Midwest and the Great Lakes. So Chicago. We'll have to run Chicago a lot. Maybe the Southwest or LA. Yeah, we'll probably end up running a lot in Chicago to try and build our profile there to get this up. But we also have good TV. Speaking of TV, so we can go into broadcasting here. So you can see our events are on both TBS and Turner Premier, which is a pay-per-view. And then our TV shows are on TBS. Now that's only medium. It's not going to be great for growth. Ideally, we'd want a network with big there instead of medium. And we're on TBS then for our B show. We're on ITV in the UK, which is huge. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Like if they wouldn't be interested in this is preset, so we have this ITV. They wouldn't actually. We don't meet their requirements now. We don't meet their popularity. So yeah, okay. but we have it until December. So if we want to hold on to this TV deal, we're going to have to up our popularity in the UK, but it has huge coverage, so that's good for that. RDS, and where's this? Canada, right? That's kind of a shit one. Small, big, small. Mainly the French-speaking region. We don't have any French-speaking wrestlers. So it's kind of an overview of our roster. If we click on the events and TV screen, we see what was coming up. So we book 2 TV shows every Wednesday. So I suppose I'll show you what it looks like to book. I think we're kind of ready for that now. So I use this pre-booking screen a lot. You can see I have Clash Champions there already. I like pre-book matches for that. So like we're probably going to go Lex Luger versus Sting for the world title. That, so it looks something like this. We get those 2 wrestlers. You can filter here by putting them as red. So yeah, like 2 of the biggest stars in the company, that's what we want to. If we wanted to just look at faces, we can click faces only here, heels only here. So it looks like our top 2 faces are Steamboat and Sting, and our top 2 heels are Luger and Rude. And we can add in well-known wrestlers, so those are guys who are well-known as well and recognizable. Unimportant are basically our jobbers. We can filter by tag team as well. So you can see just the tag teams there. I'm going to save this because this is going to be our main event. We're going to go 15 minutes. It's going to be for the World Heavyweight Championship. There it is. So click that, and then we're going to give the note that Sting is going to win our world title. And is there going to be a certain type of match? No, it's going to be a regular match. And the winner is going to be Sting. So we add that raw agent note. You'll see it pop in here. Then these are all the options of match that you can do in the match. Like it's just never ending. You turn guys, we can advance storylines, end storylines, whatever. Do screw jobs, like actual screw jobs. And up here we can do DQ finishes, all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be a clean win anyway. If you're just doing a clean win, you don't actually need to add that one. And we want it by pinfall, not submission. We want them to do any certain match types. No, we'll let them work that out. We don't want to overbook them. And you can see here lots of different types. So we could do a wild brawl. We could do a hardcore match, death match, high spots. They could be technical. Now, the thing about technical matches is you really want them at the start of your show. Eye candy, that's not what we want to do. We don't want comedy. We could do storytelling, but actually that's better in the middle of the show. This is a match where they don't work super hard, but they just tell a story. Think of Roman Reigns monologuing. Steal the show means they just get after it. They go all out. They do it at a high pace, basically a spot fest almost. It's not as spotty as a high spots one, but it's worked at like a ridiculous pace. And the wrestlers, you need good stamina to do 15 minutes. This one, spectacle, epic, and once in a lifetime have very certain. As you can see here, like this aim can only be used if both workers are at least 70% of the way towards Hall of the Immortals. So we're going to pre-book this for Clash of the Champions. Now we have Power Hour coming up. We could pre-book, or we're going to do what we'll do what we're going to do now. Just advance. That will bring us to booking. So we're actually into the booking of a show now. We're going to give anyone the night off. It's their first night in. Nobody's getting the night off. They're only getting to meet me for the first time. Select a venue. So this has been preset in the Southeast region. Oh, look at this. So fans, 10,000 fans basically expected to come to the show tonight. So that's going to be good. The UTC Arena in the Southeast region. So let's find the UTC. That's down here. Holds over 10,000. So that's pretty good. We'll actually almost fill that. It's cost us $40,000. We'll make that back more. So yeah, let's go ahead and select this venue. Yes. And then because this is the B show, we don't have to do broadcasters, pre-show incidents, or booking team meeting. We will have to do that for the second show. Is there any locker room incidents? Who's this? Jeff Farmer wants to hang out backstage. Yeah, no problem, Jeff. Aaron Anderson, angle idea, good, so that's starting to build. Vinny Vegas was brought before wrestlers' court, accused of not joining the locker room for a night out. I find that hard to believe. I'm sure Vinny Vegas would be at a night out. Positive impact. So it looks like Aaron Anderson's the locker room leader. Jody Hamilton is running drills with El Gigante, Johnny B. Bad, and Van Hammer. Diamond Stud. We had an argument between Arachnaman and Diamond Stud. Tournament. Okay. That brings that to an end. I don't know. I never know what to do with this thing. Not happy with it. Did I give an inspirational speech to the team bond? Anyway. Right, so see here, the pen. So we have no pre-booked segments. Who are we missing? Lex Luger is not contracted to wrestle B shows. Nikita Koloff is out for personal reasons. I hope this is not contracted for B shows rather than TV in general, because that's going to be really problematic in building our world title feud. Okay, so we're going to book our pre-show. It's going to be 60 minutes long, 5 minutes overrun. We need a split of matches to angles. Does it give us a split there? Doesn't. So this is our B show, so we don't want to like go too overboard on putting our stars on the B show. I'm going to start with a one man. I'm going to remove stars and major stars. We're not going to use them. So let's have a look at what faces we have. We don't want unimportant in the main event, so we'll remove that. So we could do this. Our faces. Oh, it turns out Steiner and the Steiner brothers are faces here. We do a Ron Simmons main event. He's well known. So we could have a look at maybe putting Ron there. Who do we want Ron to face on the first night? Again, a guy around us. Let's go down a level for him. So Ron is going to pick up the victory here against. I don't think Abdullah's going to have a good match, you see. So what are his skills like? Pretty shit. Pretty shit. Tommy Rich, call momentum. That's not good. That's not good. Diamond Dallas Page. This is old school Diamond Dallas Page. So yeah, skill. Yeah, let's do head of the Diamond Mine, Diamond Dallas Page versus Ron Simmons. We're just going to let Ron win this in a regular match. It's our B show. We don't need to get too tricky with it. Let's add an angle. So this is the angle screen. It's very messy. So if you go to quick add angle, it actually makes it much better. So where do we want this angle to take place? So we're going to do a backstage interview with Scott, Rick Steiner. It's going to be Tony Schiavone interviewing them. And it's going to be targeted at who was the tag team I had in mind for this? I had a tag team in mind. You actually don't. You don't need to target anyone because they're off screen. Beautiful Bobby and Aaron Anderson. We might have them. I think it's Beautiful Bobby. We might have them do a tag match on TV before the pay-per-view. So that's going to fill in this screen for me. Content type, we're going to go generic, serious, character development, storyline development, foreshadowing. We'll just go generic. It's easy. It's a nice handy one. We'll do it 5 minutes, maybe a bit long. So we'll click 4. Anything below 3, you're going to get penalized. Click auto name. I'm going to save that. This is B show in 1992. Like, we'll probably even do too much with that match. So we'll go tag match next. We've got 10 minutes for the tag match. Again, B show. What we're looking at here is getting some of our lesser experienced guys some TV time. So it's going to be kind of an extended squash match. Let's have a look at tag teams. They're the tag champ. No. These are the tag champions. But we want to keep them for TV. WCW Patriots, Firebreaker, Chip, and Todd Champion. They're getting battered in this match. Firebreaker, Chip, Todd Champion. We're going to have to flesh out this tag team division as well. It's really shit at the moment. and maybe who's the Young Pistols? Ricky Martin and Tommy Rich. Yeah, they need a win. They both got fucking Ricky has cold momentum. It's going to be hard to turn that around. We'll need a lot of wins on TV. So Ricky Martin and Tommy Rich are going to go over in this one. Ricky has the lower momentum. So another cool screen here is picking your road agent and your referee. So look, Teddy Long is there. You can referee that. We don't need to waste Dusty on road agent in this. What's Mike Graham like? Yeah, that's good enough. So we'll book that segment. Got to be able to have 30 minutes left. So let's have a little face off backstage. Let's have a little face off. We'll do it backstage. We're going to do stare down. We're going to do Steve Austin. We're going to get him a little angle for himself. He is going to face off with. It's not necessarily. This might lead to a TV match next week. JYD. Okay. So we're going to get hype in here. It's really important that you have different content types for your different angles. We're going to do 4 minutes again for this one. It's an angle, it's live, it's backstage, and we want to get hype going here. So we're going to auto and that. Good, good, good. So we've, 26 minutes left on the show. Let's do, I think we're going to do a, where's Diamond Stud here? He's down here. We're going to start trying to get him over a little bit. All right, so he's currently a heel. The Diamond Stud, take on a jobber. This is a B show. And we want to exclude already booked. We don't want lads working twice in one night. Look, Jim Boss there. Look, Jim Boss looks like an absolute jobber. So Jim the jobber boss, is going to take a 6-minute squash from the Diamond Stud on the B show. So we're going to go, if you click in here, individual focus, that's basically a squash match. So Diamond Stud is going to dominate this match. 5-minute squash. You can see it says 7 minutes. That's ring time in there as well. So the fans are expecting a show. It's around 65% angles. Currently we're at 80%, so we won't be penalised at 80%. But I believe we go more than 15% over, we get penalised. Right, so we're going to need another angle to get that balance better. I'm going to go quick add angle. We're going to go in the ring, cutting a promo. It's Paul E. Dangerously. Rick Rude is going to talk. These are going to be on our main show as well. Arn Anderson building up his match later. Beautiful Bobby. Where is, oh no, he is this, yeah. Beautiful Bobby isn't going to talk. He's going to be in a non-speaking experience. I don't know how good his speaking skills are. It's going to be 6 minutes. And it's going to have a more they're going to tease us. Teasing the live audience, the TV audience, trying to get them to watch our main show. Dusty is our road agent for that. Let's give that to Harley. Great road agent too. As you can see, I'm not pouring a whole lot of time into who's road agenting these because it's our B show. Okay, so we have 13 minutes. So we're at 70%. Pretty good, pretty good. 13 minutes. So I think what I'm going to do here is a little 3v3 tag match. Exactly 13 minutes. We're going to have some of our more, we want to start the show kind of happy. So we're going to have a couple of our bigger name faces. Who's Big Josh? Who are you, Big Josh? Oh, Matt Bourne. Amazing. Didn't realize we had him. Really good skills. Okay. Oh, he's a physical wreck. That's not good. Prickly personality. I'll be using you to get people over. So we're going to get some of our goodies here. Just get them out, get them a win on TV. We'll put the Great Muta in it. We're going to put the tag champions in it. I just want to see what kind of ratings they get. Now everyone gets penalised on that Bischoff because they don't try too hard. I'm going to go against some heels. I'm going to get rid of well-known star. So into this match, we're going to put Steve Armstrong, who is holding the US tag titles. We're going to put his tag partner, which is, what is his tag partner? Is it Tracy Smothers? It is. Tracy Smothers in here. We're just going to open the show with a banger match. We're going to put, who would be good in this? Does Rip have any skills still? Yeah, not bad. Terrence Taylor, but we want to he's going for, we need to give him a win on the main card. He's going for a junior title. Michael Hayes. Right, we're going to test out Michael Hayes. I just want to see his ratings. We're going to say the winner of this is going to be Steamboat. Okay. Now we can do pre-show matches. So what I'm going to do is just do one pre-show match where we want to start getting Vinny Vegas over. We've seen he has low experience. We want to start building up. So we're going to use the pre-show for that. And Vinny Vegas is going to take on a jobber. PN News. PN, you're getting jobbed out, son. You're getting jobbed out. And we're just going to have Vinny Vegas work a 10-minute match on the pre-show, non-televised. Right? So that basically brings an end to the booking process of this show. So then you click Start Show. Right, so this is another super important screen. So we have Vinny Vegas at an in-ring performance 47. That's dog shit. So we click on the dirt sheet. We see what we're penalised for. Vinny Vegas penalised for inconsistency and low locker room morale. Yeah, everyone's going to get that. That's not good. He's a great gimmick. Manager is working for him. He's good star quality, good charisma. So he's getting some bonuses, right? Fuck that low locker room morale. We're going to have to do something about that. Okay, so looking at Ricky Steamboat with an 88. Dustin Rhodes 65, okay. Muta 60, okay. Hayes 52, Smothers and Armstrong 52. Generally, I kind of think, it gets different as you move on in a save. But generally, you don't want to put guys on TV who are under 60. We might have to move that to 50 for the first few months. What penalised do we get? What penalties? So we've got loads of bonuses. You can see there, bonuses through the wazoo. This is really helpful to see how your booking is working, this start sheet report. But even more so, there's actually nothing penalised as such. Okay. Yeah, beautiful Bobby Eaton looked dreadful this segment. I suspected he wouldn't be great. Everyone else performed well. What was beautiful Bobby penalised for low locker room morale? Fuck me, everyone's getting that. Next segment in 31, Diamond Stud. Jim Boss, an in-ring performance of 16. So the crowd is simmering down. That's generally not good, but you do often get that with squash matches. With Jim Boss being off his game, like this guy sucks. Look, he's penalised for everything. Poor basics, poor psychology, poor selling, poor inconsistency. Segment was penalised due to the negative impact of the road agent. Who did I have road agent this? I don't know. I didn't check it because oh yeah, I can check here, can I? Road agent Harley Race. He's a deadly road agent. Oh no, the road agent notes. That's the squash match. Yeah, it got penalised for the squash match. That's not good. So the stare down between Steve Austin Junkyard Dogs 61 looks like it got the crowd back on board a bit. Let's see how the tag match did. 46. Tommy Rich and Ricky Martin didn't perform well. Now, however, I'm sure they were penalised. Declining physical ability, okay, that's not a great one to get penalised for. Consistency, they were probably more than likely penalised. Yeah, poor momentum. So once we turn that momentum around, their performances are going to increase. And then our Backstage interview with the Steiners went pretty well. 50 wasn't great. Rick Steiner isn't good without a script, so we've learned that. However, Scott Steiner prefers to work without a script. So that's going to be a hard dynamic to get right, because what's going to happen here is when we give Rick Steiner no script, he's going to be bad. But if we give Scott a script, he'll be bad. So that's not good. Our main event then was a 61, not great. DDP is not good yet. Needs a lot of work. Ron Simmons is definitely TV ready. We're getting penalised for commentary as well, so that's bringing down the overall segment rating. Okay, so that's not bad, right? We're at the last segment now, so we get to finish the show. So overall, it was 62 show. Show benefited from having a wide selection of angles. The reason I got that bonus is because if you remember, I did content type of hype, generic, and I think the other one was tease. So if you vary up the content types, that'll give the show an overall ratings boost. So we finished the show. Now we're into booking the second show. Okay, so just start that off. Book a team. So everyone here gets a number of points towards our overall points. This is a bit clunky. This is how we work out the points. Now I'll read this in detail off camera. But yeah, so we're not going to spend any of our creative energy yet. We have any locker room incidents? Todd, you're in no position to be fighting with Paul. Yeah, we're not going to address the locker room. So I'm going to book this show now off camera. We're going to come back for the show. So you've seen what the show's booking is like. We're not going to, like every episode of this, future episodes, we're just going to see the show happen. We're not actually going to book all the shows out. This is just this episode to get started. Okay, so the show's booked. We're ready to go. We only have 8,800 there. It was a prediction of 9,900 or something. So that's a little bit of a disappointment for us in the UTC arena. So, first actual A show on TV. This is a pre-show match. Good wrestling, decent reaction from the crowd. Big Van Vader beats Arachnaman in 9 minutes and 44 seconds. Pre-show, I'm just trying to build up Big Van Vader's momentum before we put him in the title picture. He had a great performance of 76. Arachnaman had 62. Good commentary, so that's a good sign. Opening match, I thought this would do better. Brian Pillman versus Tracy Smothers. Shit. 53 and 50. Brian Pillman was off his game. Penalised for inconsistency. Yeah, that's a 9 because I thought Pillman would be better than 53. We need to get him up 60s, so we'll put him on heap pre-shows as well. 65, so we backstage segment, real early 90s stuff here. This will make sense when it comes to the main event. So the team of Barry Windham, Dustin Rhodes, and Ricky Steamboat interviewed by Tony Schiavone, and they're having shots at Paulie Dangerously and the Dangerous Alliance. 65, good segment rating. Well, this was a disaster. Cooled the crowd a bit. These two have terrible chemistry. And oh my god, the rating's 38 and 33. Junkyard Dog fucked. Penalised for physical condition, poor selling, inconsistency, stamina, declining physical condition. Every penalty we can get with JYD we got. So I think what we're going to just do with him is have him lose to Steve Austin next week on the match set up on the B show, Power Hour. He's going to lose on TV to Austin next week, and then we'll use him exclusively to put over younger talent on our dark matches. Then we have, so here's the weird thing, right? Luger is not contracted to wrestle on any of our TV shows. So all I can do is video packages to build his match with Sting. But I need to get that storyline hot. Luckily, we've put Vader in there. So we're going to be doing a lot. Sting and Vader are going to be building the Sting Luger match. I don't know what we're going to do with Luger if we can't wrestle on TV. Bring him in for special appearances at pay-per-views while he's under contract. That's about it. We're kind of screwed with Luger. It's going to be hard to get that up to a hot rating. We have Cactus Jack beating the shit out of a young Buff Bagwell. Good performance from Cactus Jack. Decent rating. Like I said, I'm kind of aiming for 60 segment ratings. That's what I want in the early days. Um, so yeah, a little bit under that, but that's okay. It's getting Mark Bagwell some experience, and it looks like Cactus Jack. We're gonna have to build this roster because really, I was putting this card together and we're just lacking so much depth on the roster, and like very few interesting matches there that I don't want to burn off on a TV show. Like this 1992, TV shows were generally squash matches, but we're going to try and move away from that into a more modern booking style, as you'll see with the main event. Cactus Jack then gets on the mic, cuts a really good promo, got the crowd hotter again. That's what we needed. Interview with Tony Schiavone. Cactus Jack is going off on how crazy he is and how he's going to fuck up the whole roster. Then we get this is a banger of a match. So basically, I just wanted to put Liger on the card to keep building his momentum to defend his title to Terence Taylor at the pay per view. He goes out here and has a good match. The crowd here at the end is white hot. Now, the crowd rating here is low, so I don't know how they equate. But this one is the one that gives you your bonuses for the hot crowd. Okay, so well done to Liger, winning with a brainbuster in 7 minutes over Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker. Good stuff, Liger. So then Terence Taylor comes out, attacks Liger. This is a disaster of an angle. 39 rating. It's gonna fuck up our it's gonna be a cold feud. We're going to need to put these guys in matches with each other, 6-man tags or something. And then we get Steiner Brothers versus the Diamond Mind of Future Outsiders. Just getting these guys some experience together. Because you can see here, they have great chemistry, they just don't have experience. Whereas the Steiners got a bonus for chemistry and also a tag team specialist bonus. Bet you if we go in here to the dirt sheet and check what we're penalized for. Any other penalties? No, yeah, okay. So, no, yeah, you get a bonus for tag experience. You don't get a penalty for inexperience. So because Vinny Vegas and Diamond Stud have their high chemistry, they're not penalised for not having much tag experience together. This was just to get Steiners a win on TV. Vinny Vegas and Diamond Stud aren't in the part of their careers where I'm going to push them right now. I want to kind of do stuff with them and break up the diamond mine before I look at pushing either of those as singles or as their own tag. But I'm kind of thinking I push them as singles first, like they were in WWF back in the day, and then bring them together as the Outsiders tag way down the road. Really good rating though, 69. Delighted with that. Very hot crowd. Scott Steiner got the pin on Vinny Vegas with the Steinerizer. Now, right, yeah, this is good. 74 rating. So this will help our world title storyline. Sting did a massive job of improvising interactions with the crowd. This is fantastic. So Vader and Sting cut a promo on each other. Do I have Vader being managed by? I'm going to give him a manager after this. Harley Race. And then our main event, Barry Windham seemed off his game. Okay, a segment rating 86. Like, that's fucking top class. So we have the Dangerous Alliance team of Steve Austin, Rick Rude, and Larry Zbyszko beating Ricky Steamboat and Barry Windham and Dustin Rhodes. However, Rick Rude pinned Dustin Rhodes while using the ropes for leverage. So Rick Rude did a little bit of cheating on Dustin Rhodes to get the win to go off the air on our first TV show. Now, the storyline here has actually lost heat, despite the fact the segment got a rating of 86. So the last thing we'll look at on today's episode 0. So future episodes will be more like what we did here with the last thing, where I have all the shows pre-booked and we go through the shows and we do a full pay-per-view cycle per episode. So I have all the shows set up. We'll just go through the shows and the booking, a few other backstage things. But things we learned today is we need to get this roster depth better. We need to flesh out some of our divisions. Junior division's a disaster. Tag division isn't great. The fact that our world champion isn't contracted to appear on television is a fucking disaster. So let's look at the show. So we lost popularity in 3 regions. Gained popularity in 5. Restricted number of viewers in a couple of regions. That's normally Hawaii and Puerto Rico, so that doesn't matter. The general feeling is WWE doesn't have enough storylines rated hot or above going on. Yeah, that was always going to we're always going to get penalised for that until we build up the storylines. There was only one preloaded storyline, and that's the Dangerous Alliance one. Um, that comes as part of the game. So we need to establish our junior division storyline, and we need to establish our world title storyline. So we finished the show then. We get the financial report. So we made a profit of 137,000 on the show. Not bad. Not bad. So we're up to over 16 million. Money isn't going to be an issue in this one. And so click on that. Popularity recap. Yeah. So we lost popularity in our 3 main regions. To be expected early on. But look, we gained popularity in the Great Lakes and in the Southwest, which are the ones we want to target really. So we need our overall show ratings to be higher than these numbers in order for us to gain popularity. Doesn't help that our TV station only has medium coverage. We don't do a media scrum at the end of TV shows, only pay-per-views. And then it skips to the next day and we come back to the home screen. I just want to show you something else that I kind of set up before we move on in terms of what I'm hoping the roster looks like going forward. So I have made a number of offers for some free agents. We'll have a look at those. You'll expect to see some of them on our TV shows next week. I have created a short list of talent in other companies whose contracts are coming up. Stephen Regal rival bid, so no, they're out. So we're looking for Regal, William Regal. Their offer has not been seriously considered. That's William Regal. We want to bring him in. So it looks like we'll get him if other bids are failing. Dusty Rhodes thinks Vinny Vegas is clumsy. Shit. So these are the guys I have offers in for. I want to bring back Tully Blanchard. I want to bring in the Miracle Violence connection to flesh out our tag team, which is Williams and Gordy. I want to bring in Tiger Mask to help with our junior division. I want to bring in Douglas just to add a bit of depth to the mid card. He's got some good skills. If we look here, view profile, really good skills. So he will help with, he's great on the microphone. So he's going to help with our mid card, and he's young. So that's already gone in. We're obviously looking at bringing in Regal, and Nick Parry is a guy who I found, a Welsh guy, currently employed by a company called Reslo. Don't know them. And his color commentary is 82. He's an English speaker. I want to see if he's willing to move to America to become our color commentator, because 82 is huge. Like if we've seen there, it's higher than Gordon Solly is on the play-by-play. So he'll be a great color commentator if we can get him. We don't need to do that there. So these are the guys we're looking at bringing in. Really excited maybe about Williams and Gordy, Tully as well. A lot of great additions to the roster there just to flesh things out. Last thing before we go, if we look at our shortlist, guys with contracts coming up or available now. So Too Cold Scorpio, he could be a guy. He's just slightly too heavy for our junior division, unfortunately. Brett's contract is coming up early 93, but we'll keep him here. Chris Candido, he's a guy that could wrestle in the juniors for us now. He's very young. Skills are still pretty good though. A lot of experience for his age. Kurt Hennig, now he's a bit injured, but obviously we want Kurt Hennig in. Contract is up in less than a year. Eddie, we can get Eddie now. I'm going to go after Eddie. Try and get Eddie in. He's one of my favourite wrestlers ever. Haku, possibly. I'm debating that. His contract's up in a month. We can actually probably negotiate with him from tomorrow. Jake Roberts, why wouldn't we want him? Contract up in March. Jerry Lynn, available now, can wrestle in the junior division. Fantastic skills, not great in terms of microphone. We'll probably give him a manager. Look, to be honest, you could probably see where this is going. I am looking at bringing in the whole Heart Foundation. I want them all. Ric Flair, we want to bring him back. His contract's up in 7 months. We'd love to have him back. We'd love to have Piper in, contract up in June. Obviously, HBK's contract's up in June. We could bring him in. We do loads of him because he's still technically a junior now. He has a troublemaker personality, but his friends are here. Vinny Vegas, Kevin Nash is here. The Diamond Stud is here. Um, so yeah, that he'd be just we could start kind of building our own clique here. Am I asking for trouble if I try and bring in Sean and Brett? I don't know. When is Owen's contract up? I'd love to have him in 2 years, so it'll be waiting a while for Owen. We can get Jim very soon. Be waiting just over a year for Brett. Ultimo Dragon, he's another guy we can basically bring in ASAP, who is a junior and whose skills are insane. So I want to bring in Ultimo. Actually, you know what? We'll just negotiate with him right now. Do we want to do? We wanted to allow him to work with his other companies, so we'll give him a written contract. Starting off for the year, it's the early 90s. Yeah, we'll just see. We'll make that offer. Okay, that's a good sign. His popularity is so low, so we won't be able to use him on the main card for a while. We'll have to build that up. You get penalties for using guys who are, the crowd don't know. So we'll have to use him on the B show and on our dark matches to build up his popularity. But yeah, that's the first episode. Comment, like, all that good stuff. I'm gonna start working away in the background trying to build this roster, get these storylines going, try and figure that shit out. And I'll see you guys for episode 1.